this time I finally got some hand controls in the van, and so now I'm driving again. So now I'm back to driving again. That's pretty cool to have your independence, some of your independence back. Um, the hand controls, there's a little story about it. Hopefully you won't be too upset by the story that I'm telling. I needed to get my tires fixed. Um, the tubes were broken, were old and root rot and all that sort of business. And so I went to the U of A wheelchair repair shop, and my wife and I did, and we got some tubes installed and tires and all that stuff so that I could play low ball. And with that, at the U of A wheelchair repair shop, there was a man that brought in some hand controls. He had, I think, 4 separate hand controls or something like that. And I asked the guy that worked on my tubes and my tires over there if how much they were, and how much I could get them, and stuff like that. And he said, well, I guess they sounded like they were on the shelf for a long time. So I grabbed them, and he said, you can have them. And so I grabbed them, and of course I smashed the heck out of his knuckles at the same time whenever I was grabbing them, because they are metal and they're real heavy and bulky and things like that. So he was trying to help me, and I smashed his hands. I smashed his knuckles pretty bad. But anyway, so I finally got the hand controls. And of course, they weren't installed in my van. I had the van there that you see, but I didn't have the hand controls in it. So, and I can't use my legs, of course, because I'm paraplegic, so it didn't really matter. The van still sat there. But my brother works at he works at the um, engine rebuilding. He works on he's an auto mechanic, and he works on engine rebuilding. And so I gave him the hand controls, and he installed some hand controls. He made it work. He had to manufacture some parts and things like that um, from the hand control pieces that I gave him. But all in all, I had most of the stuff there, but he didn't know how it was installed, and I didn't know how it was installed. I tried to look at the manual online, the hand control manual online, on how to see if the hand controls were installed, but I couldn't really find it. I couldn't really figure it out. So anyway, my brother-in-law, he 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 works on cars, and he can rebuild engines. He and the quick name of that is H.I.S. Customs. So it's H.I.S. Customs is the name of the shop that he works at, or the shop he owns actually. Anyway, he installed the hand controls in my van, and it's very cool. The hand controls are a little bit different. I had a different system. I used to be able to push the hand controls in. I'm going to give you a different angle here in a minute. I used to be able to push the hand controls in, and it would push on the brake. It would push the brake down. But this one is different. These hand controls are a little bit different. These hand controls you have to lift up, and I'm going to show you right now. You see, okay. I'm gonna lift up with my right. I'm gonna lift up right there. See, as I'm lifting up, then I'm applying the brakes. I'm pushing the brakes in on the van. I'll show you a different angle here so you can see the brake actually being pushed in. So the brake is being pushed in. I'm trying to control the camera at the same time, so it's kind of difficult to do all this, but I'm pushing the brake in. While I'm as I lift up the arm handle on the thing, then I push the brake in. If I push the handle inwards and down, then I'm accelerating. And it's different than the hand controls that I already had that I had been using for years and years, but it wasn't too long, and I got the hang of it, and I would say 10-15 minutes. So it's all